So I'll go ahead. So this is a Mech. It's an online multiplayer battle arena game featuring giant mech robots. So if anybody remembers like Mech Warrior from back in the day, there'll be kind of fond memories of that, so they'll know what we're kind of talking about. So we're going to the loadout menu. This is going to be the first thing that you see when you're first starting out in Mech. You're going to have to choose your robot. So this obviously is all unlocked for the demo. When you start off in the game, you're not going to have a lot of this unlocked. There's going to be probably a couple of mechs to choose from, a couple of weapons, stuff like that. So this is the Rust Bucket. He's your main man. He's going to guide you through your first 2 or 3 kind of levels, 2 or 3 ranks. But as you can see, you can rank up here. You can unlock these big guys. This guy's pretty cool. Goes all the way up to like these giant machines, yeah. And this is a tiny selection of the amount that we've got ready to go in the game. And we've got dozens and dozens of these guys. Same with the weapons, hundreds of weapons. So we've got rockets, and they're kind of your fallback option. They're always good. We've got grenade launchers, trickier to use but really powerful. Rail guns and shotguns. Probably my favourite for like getting in close. But if you're choosing a kind of lightweight mech, you're probably not going to get in that close because somebody's going to blow you up. So you have to choose accordingly. So let's go with some rockets. We'll equip those. We'll go with this dude here. And your primary weapon on the right, this is one you're going to use most often. So you can have Gatling guns, rocket launchers, or like kind of snipery sort of things. So let's go with this dude here. We'll go back here. So this build is really bare bones, really early. This game won't be out until later in the year. But we'll just dive straight into a deathmatch. So it's like I say, online fighting game. There's going to be death matches, team deathmatch. There'll be lots of different game modes. Matches are going to last probably 3 to 4 minutes. So when you're not playing, and you're going to have up to 8 players playing at once. But when you've not got any other guys online, because most of the people in the UK are asleep, it's going to populate with bots. So we should see some appear in a sec. Oh, there we go. There's one, 2, 3. So the sound and everything like that is kind of placeholder at the moment. And the AI's, the AI things work, but it's pretty clever. They'll try and hide around corners, they'll try and flank you. And you can see it looks pretty nice. Still some work to do on the kind of environment, like that. So as you're moving around, you've got your top right, that's your primary weapon. When you hit that once, it's going to unload a whole clip. The reason for that is we wanted to give players the chance to kind of strafe around it and adjust their aim as they're firing. Because if you don't have that, then you're kind of restricted to just whatever you started aiming at is what you're aiming at by the time you finish firing. But on the other side of things, you've got your left fire button, which is your secondary weapon. It's always going to be more powerful, and so you're going to have to stop to use that. So you might miss. It's definitely a lot less accurate, and you can't adjust while you're aiming. But if you hit somebody with it, like I just did there, then you definitely pack some punch.
So I noticed you've got flags above everything. Is that sort of, is it based on nationalities? Or
yeah,
is it always like, is it possible to have like a custom flag?
That is, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to design your own. I don't see why that couldn't be in the game. But what happens is, much like our other game, Iron Force, when you make up your profile, you can select either the country you're from or just the country flag you like.
Right.
So it's not like based around location or anything. It's whatever you choose, really. I mean, we'll have every flag going in there, and there's definitely the option there for us to put into the customization option.
So this definitely has that sort of Mech Warrior kind of feel to it, and its pace is quite steady.
Yeah.
How long do battles generally last?
Around 4 minutes. Yeah, I mean that might change. I mean, it's probably not going to get longer than that. The nature of mobile, as you well know, is like it's a short burst a lot of the time. But it depends, and sometimes matches might finish before then if we're doing a kind of capture the flag sort of thing. Yeah, pace-wise, you've got kind of nippier, quicker mechs compared to these big bulky guys. My guy's quite big and bulky, but you get guys that are kind of stomping around, and at the same time you get smaller dudes, much more vulnerable, but if you've got a team of them against a couple of big guys, they're probably going to win because they can skirt around. So when you die, yeah, you just kind of drop straight back in.
Cool.
These guys.
So I guess obviously free to play.
Yes, free to play.
So I guess in multiplayer games, the pertinent question is always in-app purchases and how do they affect the gameplay.
So in this, we're not entirely sure at the moment. I guess, well, we're not entirely sure. I mean, we're sure how the game's going to work, but we're not entirely set on how we're going to work in that economy into the game. But there'll be, much like Iron Force, I think we're probably going to follow that model quite closely because we found it to be, people kind of enjoy it. People don't feel too forced, and we find it quite an ethical model, which is really important for us. And so you're going to be able, your first couple of mechs, you're going to be able to play them as much as you want. And the important thing as well is you're not going to be playing against guys that have spent $200 or whatever in these giant things that are just destroying you like no end. So you'll be able to play the game a lot, as much as you want, but you'll be in that group of people that are in your same level.
Awesome.
If you want to change that up, everything will always be able to unlock by playing the game. There's a grind, definitely, and that's the nature of it. But it's like we've tried to do with Iron Force, and like we've tried to do with all of our freemium games, wherever we can. We try to make that grind fun. Yeah. Because that's, you know, it's a horrible word, grind. So we try and make it like a fun thing. It's called playing the game, right? So, so there's that, and then obviously you're going to be able to like speed up like things like upgrading your mech. There's a whole kind of upgrade tree for each mech. This is completely unfinished, but so you'll have your damage thing, and this will all take like time to install and build and stuff like that. So you can always speed that stuff up. You can speed up things like when you die, there's a timer to get back in the game, like 5 seconds or something like that. You can probably go like instantly back if you're like 1 kill off the top and you just want to get straight back in the action. But yeah, almost everything, I mean, you'll be able to just unlock naturally. Yeah, and that's mech really. And I guess the last thing is that you'll be able to start a clan, and in that clan you'll be able to take on other guys. You'll have tournaments and stuff like that. So yeah, that'll all be in there at launch.
This is Peter with AppSpy.com. We review, you decide.